Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard Leland Neal, and today we are discussing a 1998 cult film, Pi. That's P-I. Early work of Darren Aronofsky. Aronofsky? Yes. This is the dude that did, most notably did Requiem for a Dream, and most recently did Mother. So Aronofsky is known for these particular films that you watch once and go, wow, that is incredible and depressing, and I am not watching that again because it is painful. And to be honest with you, I have seen Pi before, and I have to admit, watching it the second time was a little painful. This is the story of a math genius looking for patterns in the stock market who has some sort of a developmental problem because he stared into the sun. Yes, and that is as much as I want to give you, because if you haven't seen this movie, it is all about character and plot. It is very little about events. But this is a film shot in black and white. It looks like something maybe out of the early 80s in terms of technology. It definitely does not look like a film that was filmed in 1998. But it is a dark look at a virtual reality, a sort of side universe to our own. And to be honest with you, the thing I love the most about this movie is the math. And I've actually read something from a mathematician who hated this movie because he felt that it was too bogus. Because yes, you know, you're looking for something really profound that's a grand unifying theory in mathematics. And you would think that that's boring. But this is a movie about mathematics where what looks like a human brain is found in a sink. So it is not a boring movie. You'd think it would be, but it's not a boring movie. It is a film that has a few slow points, a few aggravating points. You're not always with the main character. But this is a film that if you want to get kids jacked up for mathematics, yes, this is a great film because it talks about the Fibonacci sequence and the Golden Triangle and pi, of course, and a couple of other basic mathematical principles. There is a religious element to this. I don't want to cut that out, but there are, devout Jews in this movie. And they talk about the Torah in Hebrew and how Hebrew has numerical translation. So there is that. This is an excellent film for that. And again, if you're into those things, it'll bring you in. If you are the kind of person who doesn't like talking about religion, that might bring you out. So it's an important aspect of the film. But the thing about this movie is it is a cinematic masterpiece. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the actual way the film is shot is a cinematic masterpiece. There are a lot of interesting angles and interesting perspectives, and the camera does a couple of crazy things. And if you are interested in the craft of filmmaking, you're going to love this film. Because it really shows you what you can do on a limited budget with a limited space. This is a thriller, brain bender, which is my favorite kind of movie. It is a movie that forces you to think about what's happening in the film itself. So again, Pi is a great movie for that. But understand, this is a cult film for a reason, and that is it's not for everybody. So you got to look in the mirror and you say, am I cool with Jews? Because I am, and I enjoyed this movie. Am I cool with mathematics? I am. I enjoyed this movie. If mathematics is going to turn you off, this might not be your movie. And if religious people are going to turn you off, this might not be your movie. But do also understand, if you happen to be religious and Jewish, this is a fictional film. We're not ever saying that real Jews behave this way. This is fiction. It must be viewed as fiction. Kind of a strange piece of fiction, but still a very enjoyable one. In any case, I am of the opinion that everyone should see Pi at least once in their life. But if you're going to sit down and see this movie, do it without distractions, because you're not going to want to see this movie again. This is not the kind of film people tend to watch over and over again. I am glad that I have finally seen a legitimate copy of it, because the first time I saw it, someone had ripped a copy, and that's not something I like doing. I don't get to go out there and review films that got ripped. I have to see the legitimate copies. So Again, I say if you have the opportunity, Pi, 1998, definitely a film you should watch. That is my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I am Richard Leland Neal.